Hello girls, today is Friday, January 9th, and I have to go to work soon, but I'm making this video right now so I don't get spammed with Facebook comments while I'm gone. Cynthia, you asked what our favorite method of travel is, and I'm going to have to go with majority opinion and say train. I've never actually traveled by train in Canada, but I have traveled by train in Europe and the UK. You don't have to have long wait times like when you're traveling by plane, and things run relatively on time, unlike bus or cars. Dana, you asked what our favorite kind of movie is, and I'm going to have to say fantasy. Though finding good fantasy is relatively hard to do. France, you asked what makes us nerds. And Katie, I'm beginning to think that we really do have a lot in common. It's definitely the book thing. I have so many books that I can't even shelve them all. They just kind of sit there. But then again, it could also be the custom Twilight poster I got for Christmas. Yeah, that's me. Yep, that's me and Edward Cullen. Katie, when you asked us what our favorite Canadian stereotype is, I had to think long and hard, and I still couldn't think of one that was technically a stereotype. I mean, stereotype implies that it's something that people think, but it's completely untrue. So I went on the internet and looked up Canadian stereotypes and found the portrait of a typical Canadian. They describe the sort of person that watches a lot of hockey, wears toques, says A, and eats poutine. But all that stuff is true about me, or at least members of my immediate family. Just the other day I was watching part of a juniors game with my dad. And while I don't wear toques anymore because it would mess up my hair, I did wear them when I was a kid. And poutine is one of my favorite foods in the whole world. And I have to admit, the occasional A does slip into my daily vocabulary. So I guess that just makes me a walking cliche? Sorry about the magically changing light, by the way. I was trying to go with the sunlight, but I think what little sunlight we had just went behind the clouds, so now I've got every light in my room on and it's a whole big production. France, I love that you just challenged all of us. I'm really excited about it. And let me tell you, kid, if I didn't have 10 essays due this term, I would be on it right now. And speaking of challenges, I kind of have a challenge for you guys too, although it's not a big one, and technically it's not from me. It's from my mom. My mom was watching all of our videos last night, and she said, and I quote, "If you girls don't stop saying, I'm not going to watch your videos anymore." So my challenge is to try not to say in your next video at all. So if that means cutting out parts of your video, then so be it. Challenged! So as I alluded to earlier, school is kind of kicking my ass and I've only been there for like 3 days this week. So I don't know how I'm going to survive the rest of the term, basically. I mean, I know your final year is supposed to be hard, but my god, 10 essays? Really? And that's not even counting all the little mini assignments I have to do. So I'm kind of going a little bit batty. But I did work out my GPA last night, and it turns out that even if I get a D in my 4th year seminar, I'm still going to graduate, so bright side. Anyway, I think I want to take a page out of the 5 Awesome Girls book, and I'm going to tell you why today is awesome. And today is awesome because I was talking to my little brother on Skype last night, and my little brother's one of my all-time best friends, as Cynthia probably picked up on when we hung out for like an entire day. And he told me that on January 24th, which is my 22nd birthday, he's going to come home and spend the day with me and take me out to lunch. And I don't think my brother has ever done anything quite so thoughtful for me before, so I'm really excited. I really miss my brother. Anyway, I'm sort of running out of things to say, so rather than just sit here and ramble nonsensically, I'm just going to end it here. So my song of the week is Drive My Soul by Lights. I'm sure you guys have all heard of her. She's a YouTuber, and her songs were in the Old Navy commercials last winter, and I actually heard of her because of my brother. She plays a lot of shows in London, and he sort of sent me her CD and said, "You'll really like this girl," so she's awesome. I said this in the comments to Katie's video, and I just want to say it again. Katie, you mentioned that these videos sort of cheered you up after having a really bad day, and you guys have no idea how much your videos helped me out this week, you know, being all depressed, having to go back to school. I just want to say again how excited I am for this project. Girls, it's been an amazing week, and I look forward to the rest of the year, and Cynthia, I'll see you on Monday.